This is Untrapped Butterfly bringing you your expanded lunchbox love. So glad to be here with y'all today. We're going to talk about words. We all know how heavy thoughts are, but do we remember how heavy words truly are? They can be remembered for years and years to come. Sometimes things that don't mean anything to us means everything to somebody else. What I've realized in life is that we can change the entire way we view our lives just by changing a few words or a little phrase. You see, instead of saying, I have to go pick up my children, or I have to walk the dog, or I have to go to school, or I have to go to work, we should truly recognize how privileged we are, and just by changing one word, have, to I get, such a powerful word. I get to go pick up my kids. It's an honor and a privilege. I get to spend time with my dog and take a walk. I get to go to work. I'm honored and privileged to have that work. There are so many who would die for our jobs. I know that a lot of days we think, oh, like we don't want to go to work or we don't want to do what we have to do. But it truly is a privilege. So if we change that little word have to get, it starts altering our entire exit stance. There's another one where instead of apologizing for who we are, saying I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, we could just simply say thank you. Thank you for loving me. It changes everything. I saw a thing one time, I'm not really sure where, but it was about a lady walking by a blind man on the street. And the blind man had a sign that said, need help, anything helps. In this moment, the lady changed the sign to say, it's a beautiful day and I can't see it. Whereas before, when the man was merely asking for help, nobody was helping him or putting money in his little jar. But just by the lady altering the words, the man's jar filled almost instantly. This is the same way in our exit stances. If we feel like we have to do something, that puts a burden upon our souls. But if we feel like we get to do something, that's enlightening and freeing. See, I used to make a joke all the time that said, Dear heart, could you please stop getting involved in everything? Your job is to pump blood. But soon after, when I realized the scientific measure that our hearts actually have a brain and are sending neurotransmitters to our big computer, well, it changed everything. So now when my heart says or feels heavy that I have to do something, like work through a problem or accept a circumstance in my life in which maybe I didn't choose, I always remember that I get to work through this problem. And if I do work through the problem, I will on the other side have such an amazing awakening, and I will have grown. I have learned in life that with words always come questions. I wrote this poem back in 2013 and I'd like to share it. Questions, questions, questions. Questions without answers that lead to more questions. Questions with answers that lead to more questions. Mazes of unending thoughts fly around and around in my head. They zip by so fast I can't make sense of them, or they cruise by screaming for my attention, only to intertwine and entangle with intersecting thoughts, multiplying and growing more and more complex at every turn. My head so full of contradictions and opposing viewpoints, I can't begin to find the answers. My mind screams for solutions. Lost in the verbiage of this world, I cannot find my own. So I wonder what's the point. Then I learn to just let go and lose myself in the monotony of some daily task that requires no true thought. The reason that I read you that poem is because it really does have all the basis of what I'm talking about. A lot of times we get so caught up in life that we forget to just slow down and truly enjoy. Sometimes we don't need all the answers. And sometimes we don't even need to question things. We need to accept that we are exactly where we are meant to be. And it truly is up to us to change our words, to change our perception. So instead of having to do everything, let's start taking privilege that we get to do everything. It is an honor in this life to be able to embrace life. And we can do this by changing the way we say things. I get to be here with y'all right now. That is an honor and privilege. I don't have to do anything. I could just leave my kids sitting there. I could not show up to work. But at the end of the day, how would that truly make me feel? And I will sleep better if all day long I said, I get to do this. And instead of apologizing for who I am, I just prefer to thank people for loving me unconditionally. And I love them unconditionally. And this gives us the one love that we're all craving. This is Untrapped Butterfly, just bringing you some expanded lunchbox love and thanking you for being here with me. In the future, a lot of great things are coming. We've almost got everything worked out on how we're going to actually do the Untrapped Butterfly Expanded Lunchbox Love. I'm super, 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 super excited about the future. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And I love y'all. This is Untrapped Butterfly, just reminding you how amazing you are.